What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrew Jensen. This is the first video of 2018. It's also the first Work Harder Wednesday of 2018. I hope you had an awesome new year. I hope you ate a lot like I did. Hopefully you didn't put on some pounds like I did, but if you did, it's okay because it's a new year and it's time to get to work. So roll that intro. This week, what I want to talk to you guys about is basically part 2 from last week or 2 weeks ago, the video I made about my statistics, the basic statistics that I keep, because statistics are something to help you practice. And that's what this is all about. This is all about getting better, putting in the hard work, putting in the smart work, and keeping your stats basically gives you something to show you how you're doing. And you can improve on things, you can maintain things. Statistics, they don't lie. And I know there was a lot of comments about, I like golf being played, and statistics kind of jammed me up a little bit, or they were asking if they wouldn't allow me to play free golf because I'd be thinking about the stats. You just jot them down. You just jot them down and you go hit the golf shot. It's after the round where you get to kind of dive into them, and that's what we're gonna do this week. I'm gonna dive into my summary of statistics from 2017 and also show you a blank, clean slate spreadsheet that I use to keep all the detailed stats for every round of golf I play, and it's something you can do in your tournament rounds of golf, or you could just do it in your regular recreational rounds of golf. So let's dive into those stats. Okay, so what you're gonna do is open up a spreadsheet, whatever program you'll use. I use Excel, and you'll see here, we've got the date, the event, or you could put the golf course. If this isn't a tournament, stats tracking, if this is just your practice or your recreational golf. Score, pretty straightforward. Here is where I'll put the percentage, how many fairways I hit, and then if I miss the fairway to the left, miss the fairway to the right, then I keep track of greens in regulation from the rough. I can monitor this because even if you're missing fairways and hitting a lot of greens, you're kind of making up for it. Then more importantly, it's the scoring from the rough. That's a really good stat to keep track of. I'll keep track of my green percentages. And then again, whether I miss them to the left, miss them to the right, miss them short, miss them long. Putts, pretty straightforward. I keep track of 3 putts just so I can keep track and monitor if it's something I'm struggling with. Then I just have to work on my lag putting, essentially. Birdies, eagles, bogeys, doubles. Again, pretty straightforward. Really good to get averages from this and just see your performance when it comes to relation to par. All the stats matter, but at the end of the day, this is what matters. Avoiding this and making a lot of these. Keep track of my scoring on par 3s, par 4s, par 5s. Pretty straightforward once again. And now we're going to go into the more detailed stats. I have basically 4 zones that I'll break approach shots into. This is all from Richie Hunt. He's a statistician, writes a little bit for GolfWorks. I once came across his pro golf synopsis, and this is how he broke things down. So I've been following it for a handful of years now. This is the danger zone, which is approach shots from 175 to 225 yards. So I'll keep track of my percentages of hitting greens from there, keep track of the proximity to the hole, and then how I score from the danger zone. Here we have the safe zone, which is 125 to 175 yards. Again, how many greens I'm hitting, the proximity to the hole, and my scoring. Then we have the birdie zone, which is 75 yards to 125 yards. How many greens I'm hitting, proximity, and scoring. And then we have short game, which is 75 yards to about 20, 30 yards from the green, little chips, little pitches. This is where you want to really see how you're doing, on short par 4s or par 5s that you go 4 and 2. Then the last couple things I'll keep is just penalty strokes, if I incurred any penalty strokes in my rounds, and then scrambling, just to keep track of how my short game performance is and how I'm doing in getting up and down. Last thing here, notes. This is where I'll scribble down just things I want to remember from the rounds, good things, things that need improvement, and where I'll put more attitude and mental approach thoughts. And now, guys, let's have a little look at my numbers from last year. The spreadsheet averages everything out as I input all the numbers, all the scores, all the data So this is just my year-end summary, and it's something to look at as I've been working this off-season and something to give me some guidance and know what I need to really improve on for next year. So scoring average, 72.3, hit just over half of my fairways. I have a tendency to miss fairways more to the right, which I don't mind. This can always be better. Greens in regulation from the rough, not awful, but again, could always be better. Scoring from the rough, basically, I'm 1 over par when I hit it in the rough or I miss fairways. So that's a good thing to be mindful of. This is my green percentage, just about 70% of my greens, pretty good. I've always been a steady iron player, so that's I'm happy with that. But again, could always be slightly better. This is where I miss my greens. Don't like missing greens long. There's never good stuff over the greens, so that's pretty good there. Putts, yeah, that could be better. That could go down 2 putts per round. If I could get that right at 29, that'd be very, very good. 29 or below, you're going to be scoring very well week to week, round to round. Almost a 3-putter round. That directly correlates to that. Birdies per round, pretty good. Almost 4 birdies a round. But then if you look at it, almost 4 bogeys a round. So that's what needs to be rectified. Golf is about eliminating mistakes. So if I can make 2 less bogeys a round, I'd be doing pretty well throughout the season. Scoring, par 3s, par 4, par 5. Could always get that a little bit better. Hone this up a little bit. That's not bad. Par 3 scoring, 1 over par for the entire year. There's not a lot of birdies on them, so that's not awful. And then when we look at the more detailed statistics, how I'm hitting greens from various yardages. And all I do here is essentially when I hit a green and mark my ball, I just pace it. I just pace how far it is from the hole. And then I write that down on my yardage sheet, on my pin sheet. And then I know. And then I just input all these numbers, do the math. Pretty easy stuff. Pretty strong from 175 to 225 yards. I really find this is an area I really excel in. 125 to 175, so kind of pitching wedge, 9 iron, 8 iron, into 7 iron. My birdie zone, it's okay. This could be better. I could be hitting a lot closer from around 100 yards. So that's something that always needs honing, because if I hit a little bit closer, you know, if I'm averaging, let's say 2 feet closer, that's just higher probability of making more putts. So that could go lower. Short game, that's pretty good there. This could get a little bit closer and maybe help me get a little bit more under par. Penalty strokes, just over half a penalty stroke around. That could always be better. And scrambling, this one, not awesome. This is something I really need to get better at. And maybe just start missing greens in better spots, like we saw in Jamaica. I missed the greens in the wrong spots, and it made it really hard to make my pars. That's my year-end summary from 2017. Well, guys, you got a little bit more insight into how I keep really thorough, detailed stats. I hope this helped you. I hope this gave you a little bit of guidance and set you on the right path for 2018 when it comes to improving your golf game and ultimately shooting lower scores. Like you saw in my statistics, it's about the scoring. It's about the birdies. It's about the bogeys. It's about making putts. Yes, the breakdowns help. They help direct me and show me what I need to work on. But if I'm hitting the golf ball a little bit closer, I can make a few more putts. I can score a little bit lower. Pretty simple, but to hit the golf ball closer, it's easier from the fairway. It's easier from closer to the green. So there's all ways to work back, and that's what I think the statistics really help with. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to upload this spreadsheet. If you feel like downloading it, I'll find some sort of way to get it up there. If there's enough demand, I can put it up there so you guys can download this spreadsheet and use it for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. We're getting so close to 5,000 subs, and we've got a really special giveaway from Adidas when we hit that number. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.